Now, why am I saying this? Okay, there was a time in my life when I was growing. I was still trying to be. I was still under the working process. I'm still under the working process though. When I was just starting out on my journey with into personal development, and the Holy Spirit was taking me through a process of training. I remember one certain time I came across a post from a lady who was writing her wish list, the things she wants in her potential guy. According to her, she said uh, there are some guys in her DM currently who are asking her out, that she wants to make it clear what she wants in a guy. That if any of those guys doesn't fit into this criteria, they shouldn't even bother. These were her words. And then she said, these are the things I want and I don't want in a guy. And then the number one thing she wrote was, he must not be a liar. When I saw that post, that thing, I was like, he must not be a liar. Who does this girl think this lady think she is? Why would she say he must not be a liar? I was talking to myself and I said, is there any guy in this earth who doesn't lie? Like, is that not this her list now? Is she not asking for too much? What is there in a guy be lying once in a while? Now, the reason why I could say that thing, or the reason why I was thinking that way, was because at that point in my life, I still used to lie. I still used to drop one or two white lies here and there. This I'll just say, okay, I'm fine, or no. I don't even understand white lies. One or two times, you just drop them because you are trying to avoid responsibility, or because you are trying to avoid being criticized and the like. Just one or two lies. So because I was still lying in my world, lying was normal. Lying was completely normal in my world. And I felt like every other guy out there, every other lady out there, everybody lies. You know how when you steal, you just believe that everybody steals. When you cheat, you just believe that everybody cheats. I think it's called being cynical. When you believe that what you are doing, every other person out there is doing exactly what you are doing. So that was how it was. So I believe, a part of me believed that everybody out there lies. That was my belief system, and I didn't even know that there was a world outside that. Now, fast forward, that lady, I was just, in my mind, I was like, this lady, she's asking for too much. This lady go take before she go get married, though. What do you mean? You guy must not lie? Are there any guy that doesn't lie? So I criticized her because I felt like she's asking for too much. Now, fast forward to some years where the Holy Spirit took me through a rigorous process and I stopped lying. Yes, I stopped lying. Like, it was not lying was no longer an option, because I was like, I got to a point whereby, if I tell you the truth, what will you do to me? Will you beat me? This is how it happened. If you're not okay with it, go. If you're not comfortable with it, go. So I became so plain and so truthful that there was no need lying. I didn't see any need lying again. My tongue became purified. My tongue became salted with fire. My tongue became washed. That I no longer could lie. As little as white lies, like those white lies you call white lies, I couldn't do those things again. So, but when I elevated, when I upgraded myself, my demand also upgraded. I could no longer settle for less. I could no longer settle for a guy that lies. So if you're a guy that lies to me, that lies, then it was a huge turn off. That was because I grew. And because I grew, my standard grew. Now, when a young lady, okay, I also added it. I also added it I also added it to my list, my personal list. You must not lie. Why are you lying as a grown man? So I also added it, and thankfully, or thanks be to God, I married a man that doesn't lie. Now, back to what I was saying. When we demand more from ourselves, it makes it easy for others to benefit from what we are getting. So, as a young person who is growing, if you want more, if you desire more for yourself, then you should also be that more. You cannot be demanding that you want the best. You cannot be demanding that you will not settle for less, yet you are even the less. You can't be a bathroom slippers and you are desiring to have a connection with a suit. When the suit sees you, the suit will know that this person is not even my class. So for you to be a person, for you to desire more, for you to become more, for you to become, for you to attract that dream spouse you are looking at, you're wanting, you have to first of all become that person for yourself first. So if I say I don't want a guy, if I say I want a guy that has character, I should have character. If I say I want a guy that doesn't lie, I should not be a liar. If I say I want a guy that have a active prayer life, I should have an active prayer life. So this is how it works. This is how it works.